Hello and welcome to Yoga for Strength and Vitality. Have a seat if you're not already sitting comfortably cross-legged. I usually sit on a pillow because it brings the hips up a little bit higher and it's easier to sit for a longer period of time with a straight back when you sit on a cushion. So I hope you're well, healthy most of all, and happy enjoying this wonderful warm fall weather we are having today. I was sitting outside earlier doing some paperwork and it was just like summertime, really beautiful. So I hope you're enjoying the weather too. We usually practice pranayama breathing practices before a yoga class, before the postures and before meditation, because it starts to harmonize body, mind, and inner self in a very natural, easy way. And today we'll do a pranayama again. We'll do a simplified version of the three-part breath. Three-part meaning abdomen, middle section, ribcage area, and chest area. So with the inhalation, we inhale through the lower part, then we keep inhaling, visualizing the air going up through the middle part, and then through the upper part, through the chest. And then you have a choice. You can pause for a moment, hold the breath, or just exhale. And you have a choice here too. You can exhale in three parts. Exhale a little bit the chest, a little more the middle part, and a little more the lowest part of the abdomen. Or you can just smoothly exhale down. Inhale up in three parts and exhale down. So you have choices, and it's a simplified version. We can make this pranayama more challenging, but today we just want to make it smooth and easy. So let's rotate the shoulders a little bit, making sure that shoulders are not too tight. Stretching the left ear to the shoulder and the right ear to the shoulder. Making a few circles with the face, bigger head and neck rotations. Twisting to the left, looking over your shoulder and to the right. One more time to the left and to the right. And hands on the shoulders. Let's rotate the elbows forward, up and back. And back up and forward. And lower the hands, palms open on your knees. If there's another movement you need to do to feel comfortable, please do. And then close your eyes. Just bring your attention to your natural rhythm of breathing. Perhaps feeling the air going into your nose and coming out of your nose. And begin with a three-part breathing. With the next inhalation, focus at the lower abdomen and bring it up stage by stage in three parts. Exhale the way it is comfortable for you. And we'll keep going for 2 or 3 minutes. And then letting go of your visualization. Just follow the natural rhythm of your breath. And blinking your eyes open, bringing your attention, your consciousness back. And We'll do Yoga Mudra, clasping the hands behind your back with the inhalation, arching back, looking up with the exhalation. Forehead towards or onto the mat, lifting your arms behind you. Lowering the arms onto your back with the inhalation, sitting back up. Pausing for a moment with your eyes closed. And before we stand up, let's do some Sufi circles, hands at the waist. Circling your torso, close your eyes, move the way your body wants to move. 3 to 5 circles in each direction. And let's stand up. Let's look at our posture. Doing the mountain pose Tadasana, feet hip width apart. Lifting the toes, fanning the toes out, place them down. Cupping the belly in the lower back, lifting up the front, pushing down the lower back. Lifting the arms, palms up. And bring the arms back behind you, maybe an inch, maybe 2. And then bring the arms down to the side. Notice your sternum is lifted. And turning the palms in, 2 fingers gently pushing the chin back, pushing the head back. Close your eyes, make a mental note of your pose, Tadasana. The mountain pose. And let's do 5 full yoga breaths. Inhaling through the nose with the exhalation, bending forward, hands towards your feet. With the inhalation, rising up. Gazing at a focal point, coming up onto the toes into a V. With the exhalation, bending forward. Timing your movement with your breath. And one more time, bending forward. And stretching up, filling your lungs. Gazing at a focal point as we come up onto the toes. We need some balance. Palms to the chest. Pranam, centering position. Close your eyes. Let's do a variation of the half moon. By bringing your right arm down, your left arm up. One hand is reaching up to the ceiling, the other hand is reaching down for the floor and bending sideways to your right. Keeping that upper arm and shoulder back, like in the half moon pose. Bend over sideways, like in between 2 panes of glass. Slowly coming up, lifting both arms up. And with the inhalation, stretching up high. With the exhalation, leading with both arms over to the right. And inhaling straight up, stretching on the toes, reaching up high onto the heels, arms down to the side, pausing for a moment with eyes closed. For the other side, left arm down, right arm up. One hand is reaching for the ceiling, the opposite hand is reaching for the floor. A nice side stretch, lifting your rib cage. And with the next inhalation, reaching up as well as down, just a little more, and bending sideways to your left. And releasing, bringing both arms up. Inhaling, stretching the arms up, and exhaling with both arms sideways to your left. Inhaling, releasing the pose, stretching up one more time. Exhaling, arms down to the side, back to Tadasana, eyes closed, and pause. And let's do a unicorn, both sides, and then the center, clasping the hands behind your back. Bringing your left foot out at an angle, arching back as you inhale, and as you exhale, bending forward towards your left knee, lifting the arms behind you. Now, if this is not comfortable, you can have a soft bend in your knee, but if you can, keep your legs straight. With the next inhalation, standing up again, bringing your left foot in and your right foot out. Arching back, and with the exhalation, bending forward, lifting your arms behind you. Releasing as you inhale, coming up, bringing your toes forward, arching back, and with the exhalation, down the center. Softening the knees, softening the kneecaps, lifting the arms up high, guiding your head down low. And slowly coming out, lower the arms onto your back, bring the hands to the waist with your inhalation. Coming up and gentle arch back, counterbalance. Standing up straight, putting your feet together. Back to Tadasana, arms by your side, eyes closed, and pause. And we'll practice balance. So bringing one foot exactly in front of the other, heel touching toes. It's a great warm up. For balance poses, weight evenly placed on both feet. You can have your hands out in your peripheral vision, that helps. Gazing at a focal point at eye level or above. Now, if this is easy, cross your forearms, bringing the hands on the shoulders. You can also dim your eyes. If you're really good at balance, even maybe close your eyes. It helps to be on a hard surface, on a tile or on a wood floor. If you're on a carpet, it's a little more challenging because of all the padding. And let's do the opposite foot forward, stepping forward or back. Again, straight line with both feet, heel touching toes, weight evenly placed on both. And releasing, feet side by side. Let's just swing the arms, standing straight with a straight spine, and without controlling the movement, let the arms fly. And swivel your feet a little bit, look to the side or behind you. Easy loosening up exercise from Tai Chi or from Qigong maybe. I've seen it in Tai Chi practices, and I remember at one time in Palomar at a retreat, Ramakrishna Nandaji taught us that as part of the Qigong sequence. And slowing down. And we'll come to tree pose. Weight onto the left leg, bringing the right foot up where you can. Lower leg, upper leg, or on top of your thigh. Easing at that focal point at eye level or above. It's the most important part in a balance pose is to have a focal point. Hands at the chest, palms gently together. For an arm variation, you can bring the arms out parallel to the floor, palms down. It's a good way to balance. Or you might bring the arms up above your head, inhaling up, reaching up, stretching up, palms facing each other, arms back by the ears, or palms together above your head. I am calm, I am poised, is the affirmation. You might stay here a little longer or move into the shady tree by bringing the hands down to the chest and then turning the fingertips down, shifting your focal point to a point on the floor and bending forward as far as you comfortably can. Slowly starting as you inhale to stand back up, palms to the chest. Releasing your foot, pausing with eyes closed. And opening your eyes, finding your focus, moving on to the other side. Weight onto the right, bringing your left foot up, wherever it works well for you. I am calm, I am poised. Any of the arm variation if you like, and if you don't, just stay with hands at the chest, palms in pranam, gently touching. To the shady tree if you like. And slowly rising back up. Palms to the chest, releasing your foot. Pausing with eyes closed. That's an ankle twist. Inhaling, arms up, parallel to the floor. Twisting sideways to your left, shifting your focus. Back to the center and to your right. And back to the center. With the exhalation, lower down. With the inhalation, let's sweep the arms up again. Rising up onto the toes, stretching up high. And exhaling down, back to Tadasana, eyes closed. Pausing for a moment. And let's step to the front of our mats. Palms at the chest. Let's do a jackknife. Inhaling, lifting the arms up high, coming up onto the toes, reaching up. And with your exhalation, let's do a swan dive for the arms. Arms out to the side, palms down, keeping your back straight as long as you comfortably can until you hang down. And you might just hold the pose in stillness, letting your head hang. Or you can move your hips and your arms and shoulders from side to side. Moving head and neck from side to side, just loosening up. And then finding a place to hold on with your hands. Could be your lower legs, could be your feet, could be on the floor. Breathing deeply. And let's reach around the back, clasping your hands behind your back, lifting the arms up high. If you like, you can bring your palms together as well for an extra stretch. Then guiding your torso and your head closer to your legs. Lower the arms onto your back, sliding your hands down your legs. Place your hands next to your feet and step back into a downward dog. So you want to separate your fingers, nice big hands. Left foot back and right foot back. And you can take time getting grounded in this pose. You can pedal your feet by lifting one heel, stretching the opposite heel down. And then finding a downward dog pose, hold it in stillness. Chest towards the knees. Let's move into a vinyasa or two, which is a flow of poses with the breath. With the inhalation from the downward dog, coming to high plank. Pulling the shoulders back, navel to the spine. With the exhalation, letting the hips and the legs come down onto the mat into cobra, looking up. And then with the next inhalation, curling the toes, coming back up to downward dog. And we'll do that again. Inhaling to high plank pose, pulling the shoulders back. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling up into cobra. And exhaling to down dog. And let's do one more. Inhaling high plank. Exhaling cobra. Thighs, hips, tops of the feet on the mat. And exhaling down dog. And pedaling your feet one more time. And slowly begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Gentle bend in your knees as you place your palms together, standing up. Palms at the chest, breathing deeply. And we'll do a warrior sequence, placing the hands to the waist, gazing at a focal point. We need a little bit of balance here. Stepping back with your right leg. Now take time to adjust for your pose. The left knee is above the heel or above the ankle. Hips are square to the front. And gazing at that focal point, lifting the arms up by the ears. Moving into warrior two by swiveling your right heel down, bringing the right arm back, left arm forward, maintaining that lunge, looking past your outstretched left fingertips. or reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm up, arching back. And for the lunge, left forearm is resting on the thigh. You can hold a mudra with your fingers if you like. Opposite arm up, close to the ear. And reaching around the back with that upper arm, holding onto the hip or thigh. Moving your right shoulder back a little more, looking for a focal point at the ceiling. Enjoying a twist of your spine. Bring the right hand to the waist, straighten your left knee. Both feet are facing forward. Let's move into a center triangle. Left hand sliding down your leg, centering your head in between your feet, and lifting your right arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. Soften your knees, soften the kneecaps. And to release, untwisting, arms outstretched to the side. To protect your back, you can have your hands at the waist. Inhaling up, gentle arch back. And stepping your feet in. Arms to the side, pausing with eyes closed. And for the other side, stepping to the front of the mat again. Hands at the waist, easy at your focal point. Now stepping back with the left. Take your time adjusting, keeping your right knee above the heel or above the ankle, back leg is reasonably straight. Hips square to the front with the inhalation, arms up by the ears. And for warrior two, swivel the heel of the left foot down, bringing your left arm back, maintaining the lunge, right arm forward, looking past your outstretched right fingertips. And lunging, right elbow on the thigh, holding mudra with the fingers, arm up by the ear, bring the shoulder back. And reaching around the back, reaching for the opposite hip or thigh. Twisting, looking up to the ceiling. And left hand to the waist, straightening your right knee, turning the toes forward, sliding your right hand down, your leg holding on where you comfortably can for triangle pose. So head and torso are in the center, in between your feet, and looking up past your outstretched left hand. And to release the pose, untwisting, arms outstretched or hands at the waist, inhaling up, gentle arch back, stepping your feet in, arms to the side, pausing with eyes closed. So another balanced pose, the eagle pose, weight onto the left leg, bending that left knee a little bit so that you can wrap your right leg around more easily. Left elbow on top, palms touching and lifting the arms up so that you feel a nice stretch across the upper back and shoulders. And come out untwisting, palms to the chest, uncrossing your legs, breathing deeply, eyes closed, and pause. It feels good to link some poses together into a flow, and it also feels good to pause after a pose to let the benefits of our stretches sink in. For the other side, weight onto the right, bending your right leg a little bit, wrapping the left leg around. Opposite arm on top, lifting your elbows. In the center of life's storms, I stand serene. It's the affirmation for the eagle. Untwisting arms, uncrossing your legs, pausing with eyes closed. Let's do a chair pose. So with the inhalation, bringing the arms up as you sit back in that invisible chair. You can have your feet and ankles together, supporting each other, or you can have it hip width apart, whatever you more comfortably can do. So bring your arms up and sitting back, looking down, making sure you're not overextending the knees. So you want to see your feet, at least your toes. And from here, bring the hands to the chest as you squat down a little more, and we'll do a side bend. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, twisting sideways, looking up. And bringing your left arm down, fingertips pointing to the floor, and right arm straight up, looking up past your outstretched hand. And lowering down, palms to the chest again, take a breath. And let's move on to the other side right away. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. And if you like, right arm down, fingertips towards the floor, your forearm along your lower leg. Opposite arm up, pointing up, twisting, looking up past your outstretched hand. And slowly lowering down, sitting down, and lying down. You can fold your knees into the chest, hug your knees, gently roll from side to side, massaging your back. Let's also cup the knees with the palms, making circles with the knees, rotating. Opposite direction. And setting the feet down, keeping the knees up. We'll do figure 4 pose or threading the needle. Bring your right leg, right ankle on top of the left thigh, reaching down, holding onto your left knee. Now be very flexible, holding onto the kneecap, up high on the kneecap. If you're not that flexible, you can hold on behind the knee. In any case, make sure the knee that you're holding is pointing straight up to the ceiling. Can you see your right elbow to bring that bent knee, that upper knee, out a little further, increasing the stretch. And then releasing, hugging your knees again, hug them to the chest. And let's move on to the other side. Left ankle on top of right thigh, holding onto the right knee. Taking a lot of deep inhalations and exhalations. There's usually hip tension or there's tension in the glutes. Try to move the tension away with your breath. And then releasing. Let's do happy baby pose as the knees are still bent, holding onto your feet or maybe ankles if you have real long legs. Lift the lower leg up, making sure the knees stay bent, opening your feet, guiding the knees down to the side body to each side of you. And if you like, you can roll from side to side gently. That's where this pose gets the funny name, happy baby. Or just holding it in stillness, stretching the shoulders as well as the tailbone towards the mat. And releasing your hold, lifting your legs up. We'll move into some simple inversions. Bringing your arms really close to the body, so the closer the elbows are together behind your back, the easier it is to do your inversions. You can warm up by rotating feet and ankles a few times. Opening and closing your feet and your legs. And then rocking your legs over your hips with a little bit of momentum. Supporting your hips with your hands for a simple inversion. Awake, my sleeping powers awake is the affirmation. Perfect affirmation for an afternoon yoga class. So many poses in yoga help us to have more energy. This is one of them. You may stay here in the simple inversion or move into a shoulder stand by walking your hands further up your back so that your body is in a straight line from the shoulders up. Keeping the right leg up, lower your left leg over your hip, towards or onto the floor. And lifting your left and lower your right. And lifting your right leg. Lower both legs to a parallel plow. So the legs are parallel to the floor. If you can, bring your arms behind you, palms and forearms flat on the mat. If you like to move further, if your back allows you to move further, letting the toes come down onto the mat, tops of the feet, toes. And bringing your arms around your head, encircling your head like a hill. Fingertips almost touching. Let's do an inverted star pose, or separating your legs. You can do that from a parallel plow as well as from a full plow. Lifting your arms, palms together, fingertips pointing straight up to the ceiling. And lower the arms again, bringing your legs together. And bring the arms behind your back again, clasping your hands or pushing forearms and hands into the mat. Rising back up into an advanced shoulder stand. Now, if you need to support jibs with your hands, by all means do that. If not, lifting the legs simultaneously. And slowly prepare to come out, either bridge out, one leg at a time, counterbalance with the other, or rolling down with your knees bent bone by bone. And keeping the knees close to the chest, you might hug your knees again, roll from side to side. And stretch the arms out, palms down, at shoulder height. Take a deep inhalation with your exhalation. Lower the knees over to the left. With the inhalation, back to the center. And exhaling to the right. And a couple more times on each side, inhaling up and exhaling down. If you can, try for keeping your knees and your legs together. And then keeping your knees up, setting your feet down. And we'll do bridge pose, making sure your knees are only hip width apart, not too far apart. Knees are bent. Try to bring your feet close to your sit bones. And with the inhalation, lifting the hips up. You can reach underneath you, clasping your hands. And also tuck your shoulder blades a little closer together. That allows us to come up a little higher on the back. And lifting the hips up high. Let's lift the left leg up, leading with the heel. And lower it to a 45-degree angle. Keeping your legs, your foot flexed. And lower your left, and everything with the right, lifting your right. Maintain that arch, staying up in the bridge pose. And lowering your foot, lowering your sit bones onto your hands for fish pose. So the hands can be on top of each other, gently open, or next to each other, sitting on your hands. Straightening your legs and arching the upper body onto your elbows. So you want to have your elbows closer together underneath you. If they're not, make adjustments. As you arch your chest open, heart to the sky, letting your head rest down onto the mat. Pushing the elbows further into the mat, lifting your head and coming out of the fish pose. Pausing for a moment with eyes closed. If there's another movement you need to do with your back, stretching it out, please do. And then rolling over onto the side, sitting up, coming to a seated position. We'll do a posterior stretch, so legs are straight, feet are flexed. With the inhalation, arms up by the ears. And with the exhalation, bending at the hips, leaning forward, folding forward. Now your hands can be at your shins, at your ankles, perhaps at your feet. If you comfortably can reach your feet, you can do a mudra, which is an energy lock in yoga. 2 fingers around the big toe, captured with the thumb. Pulling your shoulders back, take a deep inhalation, and exhaling, folding forward. And with the next inhalation, releasing your hold, sliding back up, pausing for a moment. Let's lean back and lifting the legs up. Since we're trying to build strength in this class, we need to do a boat pose, which is quite a strong pose for the core and for the abdomen. Lower legs are parallel to the floor, knees are bent, arms are straight. So this already will engage the abs and help us tone our core. But if you want to move into the full boat, straightening your legs, leaning back, focal point at the ceiling, pulling your shoulders back. And releasing, sitting up, pausing with hands on your thighs, eyes closed for a moment. The incline plane is next. Let's do a traditional classic incline plane pose. Left arm back and right arm back, fingertips away from you. If you have a wrist problem, you can make adjustments by fingers towards you or do the pose on the forearms. That's possible too. The inhalation, lifting the hips up, trying to guide the toes towards the mat and letting your head hang down. Slowly releasing the pose, lowering the hips down. We'll move into a side plank onto your left hand. Bringing the hand away from you, using the right hand to help you come up into position, stacking one foot on top of the other. As you come up, bring that right hand to the waist, straightening your back, so tucking the tailbone under, and you can lifting your arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. Or you can also modify the pose by having the lower knee bent and supporting you on the mat. Slowly lowering down, moving onto the opposite side. And slowly releasing, lowering down, lying on your back, preparing for deep relaxation. So if there's another movement you'd like to do, perhaps stretch your back in a specific way, please do that. Getting comfortable on your back. Deep relaxation is a conscious process of relaxing the body part by part. And you can lie on your back. Legs relaxed, feet 20, 30 inches apart, whatever feels right to you. Arms by your side, palms open. And you can lift your legs up a few inches off the floor, tense them, and let them just plop down. You can do the same thing with your arms, making fists with your hands. Just lift them off the floor and let them plop down. You also can curl your head up, chin to the chest, lengthening your spine with your head and neck, and slowly bring the head back down onto your mat. You can also put some weight onto the elbows, lifting your chest, tucking the shoulder blades a little closer together, and relax. Keeping your eyes closed. Notice your inhalation and exhalation. The navel rises as you inhale and falls as you exhale. Deep, slow abdominal breathing. Let's begin by seeing, feeling, or imagining soft, white, mist-like light entering your room. It moves towards you and gently surrounds your beautiful physical form. The light lifts you up and it feels like you're floating on a cloud. Invite this light to enter the toes of your left foot, toe by toe. Feeling arch, heel, ankle, left lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Your left leg is completely relaxed. Now guide this light into the toes of your right foot, toe by toe. Into your arch, heel, right ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Both legs are completely relaxed. Now guide this healing light into your torso, entering your abdomen, your stomach, your chest. Guide it deeper inside, gently touching your internal organs. Moving up, encircling your beautiful heart. Expanding out and filling your whole chest with this healing white light. Now guiding this light into your back, relaxing away tension from your lower back. Through the middle part, into your upper back, relaxing all tension away. Guide this light with the fingers of your left hand. Left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. Moves into your right hand, right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. This peaceful light moves into your neck and throat like a wave flowing into your face, relaxing your jaw, filling mouth and lips, your nose, your cheeks, filling your ears, touching your temples, moving into your eyes and into your forehead. This peaceful light moves inside your head, inside your brain, melting away thoughts and feelings. Leaves your body through your head, once more surrounding you. Expanding out and filling your room with your peace. Expanding out further and leaving your room. Peaceful light of consciousness moves through the city, over houses and trees, over oceans, mountains, and continents, into space, to infinity, keeping you completely relaxed and completely in peace. Enjoy this peace. Enjoy. Gently preparing to guide your consciousness back, tracing it back over houses and trees, back into your room, back into your physical form. Energy and consciousness enters your head, fills your brain, moves down into your face, feel it behind your eyes, down your neck and throat, into your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Vitalized energy and consciousness fills your torso from your chest, down into your stomach, all the way down to the hips, thighs, lower legs, feet, and toes. Moving fingers and moving toes. Wiggling fingers and wiggling toes. Let's bring the arms up. Double inhale, stretching up with tension. Double exhale, relaxing down. And maybe do that again. Inhaling, tensing up. And exhale, relaxing down. And hugging your knees, rolling over onto the side. Just lie there for a moment longer. And then coming up to a seated position. Let's rotate the shoulders again, moving a few times forward, up, and back, up and forward. Stretching the left ear to the shoulder and the right ear to the shoulder. And again, left side and right side. Chin to the chest. Looking up, chin up. And circles with the face or head and neck rotations. Opposite direction. Twisting to the left and twisting to the right. And let's bring the arms out, inhaling, stretching up, exhaling, palms to the chest. I'll do that again, inhaling, reaching out and up high, and exhaling down. Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week, and then a happy Halloween weekend. Can't believe Halloween is here already. And hope to be with you again next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Namaste.